What's good? Welcome back to another edition of Dat Talk Podcast. I go by the name of Bacon. I got my co-host with me.
And it's your boy. I'm here. This is disappointed reasons. Just disappointed.
Disappointed reasons. What?
Yeah, man, because, man, it's like being a Laker fan is tough. So I'm just disappointed. Like, that's, and and now the Clippers and got Dame all spicy. I don't want to deal with a spicy Dame Lillard. Man, he's spicy right now. 51? 51?
51.
He's mad. The Clippers think they did this on purpose. They're like, oh, we ain't got to play.
Possibly.
Yeah, they did this on purpose. They ain't slick. Paul George and them doing this on purpose.
They know.
But before we even get any further, right?
Yeah.
Something is really in my eye.
Bro, you okay over there, man? That boy, look, Laker people was like, man, don't be coming at the Lakers right now.
I'm a fan, so I can do it. But anyway, I'm on Twitter today, right?
Right.
And I see that Ayesha Curry then hopped in the beef.
Oh, damn. It ain't got even to the females in there. Hey, it got crazy.
It got hot this weekend, bro.
Molly juice. It went from basketball to personals real quick.
Yeah, man. Ayesha Curry came through and said she gonna delete the tweet soon, but her husband sent everybody home.
Wait. Yo, what does that got to do with anything? Like, the Warriors not even in the bubble right now, and you talking about my husband sent everybody home. Ha, ha, ha. That's crazy. Hey, but speaking of tweets, I think it got a little bit too personal. I mean, it's okay to talk about basketball. It's okay to have fun and games, to go back and forth about basketball. But the simple fact that we getting personal and putting people personal stuff in there and saying who they should have got with and who they shouldn't be and calling out people baby mamas and all that, yo, we don't need that. You know what I'm saying? But Dame is from the Bay. They from Oakland. Oaktown don't play, man. So you bark up the wrong tree, you better be ready for a response or one of those branches will fall right back on you. You know what I'm saying?
But I think, I think when I'm looking at Dame and them, I think it was just all like real life friendly banter. Like I didn't really take nothing too serious between them, and I feel like it didn't start getting serious until Dame's sister spoke up.
Yeah,
once she spoke up, then it's like, oh, here we go. Because I think between him, PG, I think that's just all part of the mind games that come with it. They know the deal or whatever the case is. And, like, you can even see it, PG laughing when he's saying stuff, Dame laughing when he's saying stuff. So,
But I just think one thing, somebody that Dame don't really like, he don't like Skip Bayless at all. He don't
No. What he said to Skip was real.
That was real. That was real. He said, and that's another thing, too, man. Like, I try to keep my perspective the same, and I always try to listen to other people's perspective and their point of view when it comes to any kind of topic, basketball, life, and all that. I would never disagree with somebody's point of view, even if it don't kind of correlates with mine. But it just to let you know, some of these people take what you say real serious. So when they check you, it's like one of the things. I heard you've been talking about me, so when I talk to you, keep that same energy. I don't want to hear no backpedaling, and then you get on tweet and you go back to being, no. I want you to keep that same energy, because then that's going to tell me what type of person you are. Are you a real one, or are you a phony? You know what I'm saying? And we ain't phonies over here. We keep it real. We keep it 100.
Hey, man, like I said, anybody ever get a problem with what we saying, you won't catch a backpedal from me. I'll be happy that you responded, though, because that means you're listening.
Facts. And I tell you, and I hear you where you got to say, and I'm going to tell you where I got to say, but I'll never disrespect somebody, disrespect that game, anything like that. But anyway, man, we're talking about a lot of basketball stuff that's going on, man. Let's focus on this 8th seat and who That's the best chance of making this AC, man, because this has been a lot of sleepers. Let's give a moment of silence to the New Orleans Pelicans and the Sacramento Kings. Okay. Collins, that was for you. Shots fired. Bang, bang. You at home. What happened? What happened? What happened, man? Reasons. What happened?
Man, Chris Webber, Mike Bibby, Rick Adelman, Peja, Doug Christie, they ain't walking through that door. They ain't. No time soon. They can't walk through that door. You feel me? So because of that, the Kings gotta go. You feel me? They more like peasants. They ain't no kings. They some nobles and peasants. Feel me? New Orleans about to go get that good gumbo.
Yeah.
They about to go get that.
They fed them a whole New Orleans feast the day before they played the San Antonio Spurs. They had food and all this stuff, and they
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, they did. Watch the game. They said that the day before or the night before, they gave them a big New Orleans feast to try to pump up their morale. And they fed them some great food, like some gumbo, some etouffee, which is really fire. It was fire. It's fire. I had it before. Shout out to Miss Max who made that for me. It was delicious. But a whole feast of New Orleans, like,
that was supposed to.
You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to get them going. But it got them going in the wrong direction.
It parked them. Come on, listen. It's a bunch of brothers on that team. The itis is real. People need to start having that itis. When you get some good food, bro, it will park the greatest people in America.
Oh yeah.
And getting gumbo and all that New Orleans love.
That's tough. It's tough, man. But hey, shout out to them. And a lot of people been coming at Lonzo Ball here. They've been coming at his stats. Yeah, they was coming at his stats, man.
Can you not come at his stats?
I mean, I get it. I get it. Okay, Lonzo is still up and coming. I know they coming at him because he was a second round. What was it? Second
number 2 pick.
Number 2 pick in the NBA, and he hasn't been performing up to a number 2 pick like stats. But I feel like he's coming together, though. You got to understand. I think he's coming together. I think he's coming together. I think Lonzo still got some more developing. I think if his father never did what he did, it would be okay. But the simple fact that his father put him on that pedestal, like this dude's going to be the GOAT, he's the next best thing, it created all this pressure. So now we expect that. And that he's not delivering, you know, he's getting the bad end of the stick. But it's not his fault.
No, I mean, no.
And a certain degree.
I feel like if you ever wanted to get people to get off you,
facts,
this was that time, because all it is hoop.
Facts.
Right now. And when all it came down was hoop, you have to help lead your team along with the other players. But you being a point guard, you are the leader. And
right.
For him to be showing numbers of 5 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting atrocious, we got to use big words to describe his shooting. Atrocious.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, it's not good enough.
6 rebounds is not too bad. That's not too bad for a point guard.
5.6. The rebounds and the assists is cool. 5 points?
Got to improve. That got to get better. He should get at least 20, 17, maybe.
16 to 17. 16, look, 16, 6 and 6. I can deal with
16,
that.
8 and 6, maybe. I can live with that too.
Yeah, with that, because that's not like superstar numbers, but you're holding your own.
Right.
You feel me? You're holding your own. Right. And right now in this bubble, he didn't hold his own. Yeah, granted, Zion didn't play as much and all that kind of stuff, but you got to be able to hold your own. So again, when they look at you, they can be like, well, it wasn't. I want to always put myself in a situation that you can't say I was the problem.
Facts.
You can blame everybody else, but when you look at my numbers, like, well, he did his part.
Yeah.
Can't say it about Lonzo. So, he got a little spicy.
They did.
Like, show my numbers next year.
Same energy next year. And
what operative word did we use?
Keep that same energy.
No, the one after that. What happened? The fact that he said next year should be his problem, not the fact that he has to keep the energy. You're going home.
No, I feel it. But let's talk about the teams that's in the mix right now. If we making the cake right now, these 4 teams is in the mix. We got Memphis, Portland, San Antonio, and the Phoenix Sun, the sleeper of the sleepers. We never thought Phoenix even had a shot. They are the only undefeated team in the bubble.
6-0. Shout out to Nip. Feel me? But it's hot out there in Phoenix, baby.
Literally and figuratively.
It is hot out there in Phoenix, baby. Look, man, much respect to Devin Booker.
D-Book.
Much respect to D-Book is one of my favorite players in the league, man. Just because it's just like, him being in Phoenix, people just don't really understand how good this young man is.
Mm-hmm.
The boy has that stuff in him. You feel me? And, man, like, to be doing this without Oubre and the way all these young boys is coming together, I am thoroughly surprised. I can honestly admit I was wrong about this. And like I said, I felt like I only picked against them because they didn't have Oubre. Not because I didn't think they can do it. I just thought it'd be too much to overcome without Oubre. And they have proved me to be wrong, and I can accept that. Like, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And if they can get themselves into that play-in, Portland Suns play-in, I'm in front of the TV. I'm in front of the TV.
That'll be dope. Phoenix shocking the world right now. 6-0, and they play the Sixers, and supposedly the Sixers not going to be playing a lot of people, so they got a chance to win that game. They got a chance to win out. Put it that way. They have a great chance to win out. Nobody thought that Phoenix will be doing this, but if you really pay attention to the early of this season, Phoenix started off hot, and then they just got cold real quick. And so they're just repeating. Maybe they're really good at starting, right? I don't know when they're going to come to that, point where shots don't fall. But a lot of games they've been losing, and they finding ways to fight back. And they have beaten some teams that we thought that they probably wasn't going to beat. They had probably one of the toughest schedules coming back in this bubble to try to prove for themselves to get in there. And they've been countless time and time again coming to and reaching that level of basketball or reaching the next level to get them to that place of possibly having an opportunity to play in. Now, Portland is a problem. They are a problem, like a serious problem, because they're healthy for the first time ever. They have Jokic. They have not Jokic.
It's Nurkic.
Nurkic. Man, their names be sounding so dang familiar.
Jokic
and Nurkic. They got Nurkic. They got Melo. They got McCullins. They have my man Trent.
Hey, shout out to Duke, Blue, the Brotherhood. Gary Trent Jr. is on fire.
He didn't have a great game the other day, but overall, shooting dang near. He was shooting before that game 60-something%, 64% from the three-point line. And that's averaging at least 5 to 6 three-pointers. Yo.
My only, and I've been bringing this to people's attention to get people's, insight. I want to bring it to your attention. Can Portland sustain this? And I'm not talking about them shooting and being hot.
Right.
But you're looking at Dame playing 40+.
Right.
CJ playing 40+.
Right.
Melo playing 30+, like he young Melo. You feel me? They got an 8-man rotation. Gary Trent playing close to 30. When you're in such go mode after a long layoff, and they have been in like, we got to go do it right now, and they putting so much into it. Do you possibly fear the burnout factor fast? Because look, let me just be real. Say for the sake of argument, they get past the Lakers in the first round.
Whoa, you said that? Okay.
I gotta be real. I can't be on our show being fake.
All right.
I gotta be real about what I'm looking at right now. So we can ride it back like, damn, he did. I gotta be real. I said, say for the sake of argument. I'm not gonna say they're gonna do it. Say for the sake of argument they do. Can they sustain where they at, man? Because they've been playing at this clip, but it ain't like they've been building up to that clip. It's like they've had to do that. And so I wonder about the burnout factor when it comes to legs being tired. It's not back-to-back days that you playing every other day. Yeah, you ain't got nothing to worry about, but you know what I'm getting to, right? So how do you?
I think if it wasn't a 4-month or 5-month layout, I think you may have a case.
Okay.
But when it comes to, of course, you're going to be tired. Of course, it's going to be a different schedule. It's something different that you can't really plan for. So regardless, you don't know what to expect as far as like when your leg's going to give out or not, when the jump shot's not going to fall. But that's why when D. Lillard put up 51 the other day, he said it. He said they got some things they got to correct. They got some things they got to correct. It's the little things, the small details, because you don't necessarily have to go for 50 every night if you correct those small details and you play team basketball and everybody is able to contribute and put in the numbers and do their role and play their part to help their team win, right? Now, the Portland Trailblazers are probably the closest team that probably put fear in the Lakers, even though they don't have nobody figuratively or literally that can really guard Anthony Davis and LeBron James on that team. They have the weapons to play against the Lakers. And I will say this on the podcast. Am I worried about Portland? No, but will I be surprised if they win? Hell yeah. If they beat, no, I'm going to be honest. If they beat LeBron James and Anthony Davis, then I think they're going to shock a lot of people. And I think they can carry that high because you beat the number one team. You beat LeBron James. If you're able to beat LeBron James, I think you taking that high, like, bro, we beat Anthony Davis, 2 of the top 5 players in the NBA. Everybody got different ratings and things like that. 2 top 5 players on a team, and you beat them. And you beat them single-handedly, right? Oh, man, it's going to shock the Clippers. It's going to open the eyes of the Clippers. It's going to open the eyes of anybody else who they play in the next round because they're going to know this team is for real. Now, the only thing I would say to bring light to it, Portland, yes, they've been balling per se, but they haven't played the full teams of everybody. And the only teams they really played was Memphis. And we know they're struggling. And they struggled with Memphis. They went up, went down, and they struggled with Memphis. That was a close game. And the Boston Celtics. Boston kind of took the foot off the gas. That game wasn't close. It was down by 20 in that game. And so
Boston got those perimeter defenders to give them issues.
Facts.
You feel me? You know, with Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, between those 3, you putting basically them 3 on your best 2 because Melo was more of the spot-up guy that we gonna feed. So, you know, they have to deal with Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum, and those 3 is 3 of the, you know, outside of that, Patrick Beverley, Paul George, Kawhi, that's a fierce defensive tandem on the wing.
You watched the game yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Even though my roommate said I was rooting against Portland because I said I don't want LeBron to play Portland. I never said that. I want LeBron to have I really do, in my opinion, I want him to have the toughest role. So, again, but even if he has the toughest role and he wins it all, it's never going to be enough. It's always going to be something. Well, Portland, they wasn't playing good. They got cold at the wrong time. It's always going to be something for LeBron.
They got tired because they've been playing 40 months.
It's always going to be something. It's never going to be a sure win for that man. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, but it's the truth. But what I would say is this. Like, we're looking at Philly. Philly don't got nobody, really. And B was out. And as far as like the defenders, they got probably like a few defenders. They got my man. What to do with the Afro name? I can't think of his name right now.
Jake Milton?
From he came
or Tybo.
He just got drafted not too long ago. I think this is
Tybo.
Yeah, that's a nice little wing defender per se. But they really don't got nobody that's really a wing defender like that. That was out there clamping, and they struggled against Philly. That game was back and forth.
Portland has been in every time Portland has played, it's been a close game.
Every game.
They're not blowing nobody out. You know, they're not doing all that. So, like I said, they're playing good, but when you're really playing well, you're getting rid of teams. And they haven't got rid of nobody.
No.
So, I mean, you know, just like I said.
Think about it, too, before we move on to the next topic. Dame had to put up 51
on a team without Embiid.
Without Embiid or Ben Simmons.
And
you're not going to get those shots. You not to be able to, if he able to put up 51, 55, that's historical numbers. Those are things you just got to tip your hat. You got to tip your hat to for a brother that's able to do that on a consistent basis, because that's going to be extremely challenging to do per se. But before we move on, who do you got? Who's getting the AC? Who's getting it, bro? Who's going to get it? You got to put it out there right now on the line. Who's going to get it?
I'm going to go Phoenix.
You say Phoenix?
Yeah, I mean, okay, let me separate it. I want Phoenix to win, but I feel like Portland going to do it. So
no, I don't want to hear that. No, shuffle the fence.
Portland's going to get the AC.
So you switched it? You switched it?
No, yeah. I'm going to go Portland because I was speaking with who I want the Lakers to play, not who I think is actually.
No, I want LeBron to get everybody smoke, so he ain't got. So I want to talk my stuff. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk my stuff. I want him to play Portland because I think Portland's good, but I think we're gonna see a different Laker team. So I think Portland will get the AC. I think Memphis will eliminate themselves, and I think Portland will get the AC, and they will play probably Phoenix or San Antonio, because San Antonio do have a lead advantage if they end up winning out. Shoot, it could be San Antonio and Portland playing because of the records and the tiebreakers or whatever the case.
I like that, but actually, if you think about it, San Antonio has the wing defenders to control all that too.
Oh yeah,
DeJounte Murray.
They would
Forbes,
all that stuff up.
Yeah, they got the team to do that with them. You feel me? So if I'm Portland, I'd rather see Phoenix than San Antonio.
But I think it's probably going to be San Antonio versus Portland for the play-in. I think Phoenix will lose one. I think they will. I think they will lose one.
Hey, it's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting. But to the meat of, or the pause. To the root of today's issue or topic we need to talk about. There's been a lot of teams that have been struggling. The Lakers, Clippers, who else? Milwaukee. Philly, I don't even know what to expect from them. And B got hurt yesterday. They're saying it's questionable. It's day to day. I don't know. There's a lot of teams that we thought that could have been to beat or had the more predominantly chances of, being a dominant team, and they're not looking so dominant. So who shocked you so far, number one? And what do you got to say about these Lakers and these Clippers and these teams that everybody got their picks on, who's not playing great basketball at the moment?
So I just want to make sure we're not living in this world of a double standard. And I feel like when it comes to the Lakers and the Clippers, and I'll touch on that first, it's a true double standard that's taking place. Like, it's one of those situations where the Lakers are 2-3 in the bubble. The Clippers are 2-3 in the bubble. The Lakers got 2 wins, and the Clippers got 2 wins. But both of the teams' losses, the Lakers' losses have been to Who did they lose to?
Indiana,
which is a good, pretty good team.
They've been playing well in the bubble. Give you that.
Toronto
really been playing well in the bubble.
And OKC. Who's been 50-50 in the bubble.
50-50.
All right.
They didn't have a lot of, before they played the Lakers, after they played the Lakers, they start,
resting and chilling. Yeah. All right. So now let's look at so those are Lakers' 3 losses.
Yes.
Right? Or 4. I think Lakers are 4. Lakers are 2-4 in the bubble.
Yeah, they lost to
Houston.
So,
but Houston.
They didn't show up. But they didn't show up.
So those are Lakers' 4 losses, right?
Right.
Let's look at the Clippers' losses. Lost to the Lakers, who currently are struggling.
Right.
They lost to the Suns, who they supposed to beat.
Facts.
And they lost to Brooklyn. Who ain't got come on, man. They ain't got nobody.
Yeah. And
so the argument is, well, the Lakers are struggling because they gonna struggle and they just suck, and those players just suck.
Yeah.
The Clippers are struggling because they ain't got everybody. But what is the number one thing that everybody say about the Clippers? What makes them so good and so great? What makes them the best team that cannot be beat?
Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
No, but after that, what is the moniker that makes them so good?
They got elite wing defenders.
They have a lot of depth.
Oh, depth.
Their team is is very deep. They can play 10.
Good Lord. Pause.
So they can play 10 to 11 guys, and it's not supposed to be a drop off. But okay, they missing Montrezl Harrell. Okay, but if you got a whole bunch of players that can play, you're supposed to be able to combat that. Oh, Paul George rested against the Nets, but Lou Will and Kawhi played, and Pat Bear played.
And they lost. But Pat Beverly didn't play because he's still resting his cash.
But I'm just saying, so with this team having so much depth, but they still losing games because they resting and sitting guys, how is that supposed to look? So they supposed to just turn that on? Montrezl Harrell is just supposed to show up, play a game or two, and then he gonna be at his big,
Yeah, I don't.
This is double standard, bro. This is double standard.
It's never a double standard when you got LeBron on the opposite side. It's just what it is. It's if I guarantee you, if the Lakers didn't have LeBron and they said they had somebody else, they'll be treating it just like they treating everybody else. The Clippers, the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a LeBron thing. It's always bigger than what it is when LeBron's on the court because they always expect LeBron shouldn't lose, LeBron shouldn't this shouldn't happen if you got the king, this shouldn't happen if you got the greatest player of the blah, 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 blah. Like it's like you don't lose. Like you can't lose, can't afford to lose. But not knowing that, everybody, the Clippers haven't been playing good basketball, but they have this thing where they can just turn it on. They can just turn it on. Supposedly. Pat Bev coming off an injury. Who's to say he won't injure this calf? We see what happened with Kevin Durant when he had a bruised calf. He came back, and then that escalated. I don't want Pat Bev to get hurt. Let's say that right now. I don't want the man to get hurt.
But it's soft tissue injuries.
I'm just saying that can escalate. You can't just rest and then come back and then I'm moving full speed. You can't do that. You cannot do that. And so for them to have that notion that the Lakers can't do it, but everybody else can, it just shows you it's another slight against LeBron. It's another stab wound or an arrow against LeBron. They don't want the man to succeed. That's just the point, bang. Look, nobody was talking about Portland giving LeBron any kind of. And now Portland been winning. Look, Lakers don't want to see the Portland. It's always going to be something. And if Portland ain't in it, the San Antonio Spurs probably going to upset the Lakers the way they've been playing, and I get it. The Lakers have been playing bad. Don't get me wrong. They have been playing atrocious. Anthony Davis, the 2 games they won, he played extremely well. Every game we lost, he ain't been nowhere to be found. I don't know what AD's been showing up to none of these games, man. And he's supposed to be, this is what I be talking about. He's supposed to be the best player on the Lakers. How the hell the best player on the Lakers is shooting 8 shots, only getting 8 points? How are you the best player on the Lakers?
I got you. Had this conversation, man. And here's the problem. The Lakers are now officially running into a coaching issue.
Oh, wow. We going there.
I got to go there because me being a basketball coach and a coach myself, when I'm looking at other teams, when I'm looking at, for example, Toronto Raptors, look at that team's buy-in. Mm-hmm. Just look at it.
No,
everybody understands their roles.
Facts.
Everybody does their roles.
Facts.
That means the coach is usually the one pressing these buttons. When we think about Phil Jackson and we think about the teams he's had, those teams were great, right? He had some all-time great players and all that kind of stuff. But Phil Jackson knew how to press Kobe's button, how to press Shaq, how to press Jordan, how to press Pippen. So he always knew how to elevate his team with his superstar. When I'm looking at Frank Vogel, he is not elevating his team. He's not pressing that button because there's no way in hell that Anthony Davis is going to be able to get away with the game that he's been playing when he's supposed to be, like you said, arguably the best player on the team.
Yes.
Anthony Davis should be doing a lot more. And then here's the other thing. I go Vogel, and then I go LeBron. Because my problem with LeBron has always been the fact that he is too goddamn friendly with his teammates. And he don't like to rub people the wrong way to go accomplish the goal that needs to be accomplished.
So we think, because I've seen episodes.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Somebody real quick in a fast and a hurry.
Yeah, but I'm just saying on the surface. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like, people always gave Jordan, he was an a-hole. You feel me? We saw The Last Dance and how Jordan talked to his team. But did the man win? Yes. Did his teammate, did he ever have to worry about his teammates not grabbing their cojones and showing up? Same moniker came on to Kobe. He's a horrible teammate, this, and this. But he won. And LeBron has won doing it his way. I'm not knocking that. But at some point, that leadership-friendly energy has to go to AD, and he needs to go to AD and be like, look, bruh, it's that time. I don't need the finesse. I just need him to go to him and tell him, I'm about to go into a playoff LeBron, and if you need to go find playoff AD.
I hear that.
That's all I'm saying. Not that he got to change up. I just need him to go grab him.
I hear that, but tell me really where it works. In this generation of players, where does that style works? Chris Paul was that style in Houston. What did Harden and them do? You gotta go, dog. You gotta go. It's too much. We ain't doing that over here. That's why it was friction between Chris Paul and James Harden because of that. Yo, we need to play better. This whole dribble, this ain't gonna win nothing, god dang it. We need to move the ball, and it didn't work. I think today's generation, I don't want to call them sensitive. I just think they're more in tune with their emotions, and they're not letting you talk to them any kind of way. That's just point blank, period. And you see it time and time again. You come at a player crazy, and they gonna come at you back like, bro, who are you talking to? And they're shut down. A lot of these players shut down because we're not living in that era no more. Kobe, Mike played in an era where it was okay. This era of the NBA, bro, tell me, you see what happened with the Warriors? KD got mad because Draymond called him out his name, came out and said, no, this ain't how we gonna be playing over here. You better turn the whoop. What did KD do?
He left.
He left.
Yeah, but KD had a point, though. I mean, Draymond ain't got no business trying to dribble.
I understand that, but Mike Jordan called people out of their names. Mike punched a player.
Yeah.
And that player stayed on that team.
And they won a ship.
So these players of this notion of y'all want people to be a dog, we're not in that era no more. These dudes ain't built like that. These dudes, you can't come at these people crazy like that. So I think you gotta be coming at it in a way where it's constructive and it's okay. You can't yell at people no more, man. You can't.
Yeah, I think the problem that we're running into now versus then was the reason why Shaq and Kobe didn't work out. Most teams have a real number one and then a real number two. Jordan was the for sure alpha, right? So when you're the alpha and everybody's looking up to the alpha, it's like, all right, I'm going to listen to what he said. When Kobe lost Shaq and that Laker team that won, he was the alpha. When you look at these pairings, Chris Paul in L.A., Blake Griffin didn't feel like Chris Paul was the best player on the team. He felt like he was. But I'm just saying, that's why it was so much friction. J.H. and Chris Paul, on the surface, it looked real good. But in James's mind, I'm the man, I'm the leader. You ain't about to be talking to me all saucy. Think about it. Chris Paul in OKC, who's really the leader? Chris Paul. So he can talk saucy to all the young dudes because they like, man, that's Chris Paul. So I'm looking at what I'm getting to is part of the reason why I think AD can't no one say nothing to him, going to your point, is because he may not feel like he's second fiddle. And that's when LeBron has to be like, look, bruh, I'm LeBron. You AD. You still trying to catch where I'm at. And if you trying to get here, you got to do it kind of my way. And LeBron can't be afraid of that confrontation.
I don't think he is, and we can disagree to agree. I don't think LeBron is afraid of any confrontation. At the end of the day, AD is under his business. He is his client and things like that. But I think again, what worked back then may work in certain situations, but it's rare. It is so rare. Now, even I'll give you a prime example. That example works when it comes to Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is the dog. He's the face of the Toronto or whatever the case may be. And Kyle Lowry, he gets them, right? But look at the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is not really like a rah-rah guy. Pat Bev is the rah-rah guy, but he ain't coming at Kawhi Leonard or Paul George crazy. He ain't coming at them crazy. He coming at certain people crazy probably, but he ain't gonna come at them. They move in different ways. But Pat, let me give you another thing. Doc Rivers is an amazing coach because he knows how to get the best out of his players. Yes, I'm gonna say that. Doc Rivers he gets the best out of his players. It doesn't accumulate to win it because he always falls short when it comes to playing against other players. But this is his chance. This is Doc Rivers' best opportunity to probably get the NBA Finals again. That's real what it is. But I'm telling you this, man. I think everybody knows it's LeBron's team. I think LeBron is at a point where he's saying, look, I'm 35 years old. I played 17 years in this damn league.
He got the old man. He got the old man in him now. He got that.
No. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's only so much y'all can keep blaming me for, man. I agree. I'm out here playing defense on Kawhi Leonard, on Paul George. I'm stopping Kawhi Leonard for the last 4 minutes of the game. I'm doing what y'all say I can't do, I don't want to do, and I'm doing that. I'm playing point guard. I'm getting rebounds. I'm trying to get y'all involved. I'm giving y'all good looks. I'm giving y'all opportunities to be successful. I'm giving AD the ball. You can't want to shoot three-pointers all day long. You got to want to be more physical. And maybe we'll see a different AD. But the Lakers will not make it far if AD continue to play like that.
It's coaching, man. Like I said.
What if Frank Vogel? I get what you're saying. Frank Vogel should check AD. But
I'm not just talking about checking AD. I'm just talking about the Lakers offensively as a whole.
Bro, but if you really look at those games, it's only a few, bro. They have wide open looks.
No. Listen, I'm not this. And to me, they've just missed a lot of wide open shots. But I'm saying offensively, as like now that there's no fans in the stands, you can hear the play being called.
Right.
So I know the Lakers call Seattle, I know that damn play. Right? Like, I know Seattle. When I hear Seattle, I know what they about to run.
Fact.
And when I'm looking at it, I feel that in order for them to be a tad bit more successful, in order for them to do a little bit more, LeBron heading into these playoffs need to play off the ball a little bit more, working off down screens and pin screens to free him up to get the ball to do what he does, instead of being the one who comes down and doing all that. I think it will maximize his game and continue to open the floor, because he's such a great passer, when he comes off a screen and he has the ability to score or drive, the defense has to do something differently, and it's going to create stuff. But it won't matter if can't nobody make a shot, because right now,
at the end of the day, Lakers just shooting ferocious. But at the end of the day, I think, yes, a lot of it could be coaching. I think they got to utilize LeBron and AD a little bit more than what they're utilizing it and making them more stationary. They need more flow. Maybe some pick and rolls, maybe some high touches at the post, some back door, something. They need a little bit more, because the shooters out there right now are not putting no threat on any defense, because they don't think they're making any bucket right now. They're shooting ferocious.
They got to bench KCP.
They got to bench a lot of people, man.
They got to bench KCP and make it.
Danny Green not even playing, but that's here nor say. But the Lakers are not the only team. The Clippers are struggling as well. Milwaukee, you don't know. I don't know what you can get out of Milwaukee. The freaking Philadelphia Sixers are on their dying leg right now. You may see some upsets in the East. You may see some. T.J. Warren has been balling. He has been balling. I'm not saying they're going to go far.
All bubble team. He's on my all bubble team.
Yes. He's been balling. But we'll find out. I think I think right now, the most consistent team, in my opinion, is the Boston Celtics and the Toronto Raptors right now. Those are the two most consistent.
I got Houston too. I like Houston has done what they supposed to have done. That game that they lost to Portland could have been a game they easily should have won.
Yeah, that's true.
And they just taking care of business, man. They got something.
They only lost one game, right?
As far as I can remember. I think it was just
to Portland. They only lost, and they should have won that game. They missed some free throws down the line, and they kind of
missed a couple of shots and stuff. So I'm looking at Houston, man. They looking real spicy. Yes. I do agree with you on Toronto. Boston, I'm still kind of like
but they've been consistent though.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm really believing in Toronto. I know heading in we talked about Milwaukee, and I'm like, yeah, Toronto can get back to the finals.
They are. This is, and we can get to the hot seat or whatever. But me and my boy was talking about this. The difference between LeBron and a lot of these players, right, is when LeBron leaves a team, they struggle. They don't even have a chance of making the playoffs. If you look at all the teams besides Miami, they coming up. But look at after he left, it was a struggle. They had to rebrand, rebuild. But look at all these other great players that go to teams. Or Durant, he went to an amazing team, one of the best teams ever assembled in the NBA, right?
OKC made and stayed in the playoff hunt.
OKC, right? Then look at Kawhi Leonard, the so-called best player in the game. Look at the record of the Toronto Raptors. How do you win more games without the best player on your team in the East? And not only just beat people in the East, but beat people in the West as well. How do you do that if you quote the best player in the world?
Yeah, I think it's just one, because the Raptors got a better record than the Clippers, but that's neither here and there. I just look at it like sometimes when you leave and the cover is bare, you know the impact. LeBron's impact when he first left Cleveland, it was trash. LeBron's impact when he left Miami. Although I feel like Miami would have been a lot better if Chris Bosh has not experienced those blood clots. I think we having a little bit of different tune with Chris Bosh and D Wade. And then, looking at the Cavs now, you feel me, the cover is bare. And with Kawhi, when he left, Toronto was already a good team and a good organization. Kawhi just kind of pushed him over the top.
Yeah.
But to me, Nick Nurse is why. Man, Nick Nurse, right now, to me,
one of the best coaches in the NBA.
Is the best coach in the NBA.
Better than Pop?
I'm right now, not overall. Pop to me is the best coach overall. Well, I got Phil then Pop. Right now, if I was starting a franchise and they said you could pick any coach, give me Nick Nurse right now.
Nick Nurse is an amazing coach.
Just
I like
amazing.
what he find a way to get the best out of all these players that a lot of people haven't been talking about. Nobody was talking about Kyle Lowry. They were saying Kyle Lowry's solid, but he ain't this, he ain't that. Go get your systems, players, coaching. You got to have a whole mix, man. And it got
Ibaka. Think about Ibaka. Ibaka had got traded to Orlando and then just got traded to Toronto as like a piece. And look at the way Ibaka's looking like the OKC Ibaka. Fred VanVleet balling. OG Anunoby doing his thing.
Balling.
They got players off the bench that normal casual NBA fans have no idea of, and they stepping up and they playing hard and doing their roles. And when a coach like that can get a bunch of just nobodies to the NBA world to do what they've been doing, you got to give that man that kind of respect. Give me Nick Nurse on the Lakers, we wouldn't even be looking at the Lakers like this.
Possibly. I don't know. And here's another knock on LeBron. They say LeBron can't be coach.
He can.
But that is the whole stigma with LeBron. No, LeBron does everything on his own. He can't be coach. No coach can coach him.
He's never had a coach to challenge him.
Right.
Not his fault.
Tyronn Lue.
I don't believe Tyronn Lue because, like I said, this is not a topic for another day, but I feel like LeBron has always controlled wherever he's went to fit his style of basketball, and LeBron has never switched his style up. So you have to create the team to fit LeBron's style of play versus owners, coaches, whatever, creating the team so LeBron can do other different things. It's either he has the ball or he's catching oops. That's it. He's not working off pin down screens. He's not working off this. He's either controlling it with spacing and everybody can shoot.
Well, coming off the ball, being more off ball, LeBron. I see a little bit of that this year.
Just a little bit, but I'm just saying he's 35 now, and he's finally doing it.
He's gone, but you gotta understand if his work, if it's got you to 9 finals, and though he played against some great teams, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
But the 9 finals, right, came with 6 losses.
But who'd he play? Come on now, let's be 100.
But I understand. But what I'm saying is,
if you're going to use that, then let's be subjective and look at every final and look at every chance that he had.
No, yeah. I'm not talking about just who he's played against. I'm just saying I feel like LeBron, if he would have been, coaches would have told him more to do this a tad bit more, do something a little bit against what he's already comfortable doing. Not even saying they go win, but I just think his game just elevates. And that's just.
We'll have a conversation for that on another day for sure, because I think it's all we don't know, and we only can speculate. We don't know what's going on in there. We can only speculate, and at the end of the day, it goes down to as well as you can be coached all you want, but some of these players, they do what they want to do. At the end of the day, they do what they want to do, and what are you gonna say to them at the end of the day? So. You're on a hot seat, and you know what? Instead of the questions, you came at my man Vogel's neck. You said Vogel is a bad coach. You said that.
I said he's not challenging.
You said he's the reason why the Lakers losing. All right. So if you are Frank Vogel, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to come at me I'm AD. I'm LeBron. I'm the Los Angeles Lakers. I need to be convinced and get rah-rah, and I'm going to let you know if you convince me or not. I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and then I'm going to give it to the fans to let them know if you was really convincing. Did you move us as a coach, or you just like everybody else?
So wait, I just want to make sure so is this like a pregame speech? Or
this is the meeting before the playoffs about to start. How you gonna get us to lock in and get right? This is a couple of days before the playoffs start, because you said Frank Vogel is coaching. It's the reason why the Lakers are playing how they playing. So I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to try to convince us to get in a different mindset to play better on the court. All right, so I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, and I'm gonna leave it up for the fans, and I'm gonna let you know if you convince me or not. I'm gonna just be honest with you. If I ain't feel it, I'm gonna let you know, bro. I really didn't feel that thing. So pause. That sounded all kind of bad. It sounded all kind of bad. All right, here we go. And 3, 2, action.
Hey, check this out, man. Playoffs on the horizon. LeBron, you are a very well-respected man. 17 years in the game. I know what you're going to do. So I'm going to address you second. First and foremost, Anthony Davis. We got to elevate this. You have been in this world with the Pelicans where you were just the man and anything happens, they didn't want to blame you. You're in LA right now. You came here to win a title. You came here to go to that next level, to go get that bag and to cement that legacy. Here's where I need you to open up the whole tool bag. I need you on the block, dominate. I need you at the mid-range, dominate. I need you on defense, dominate. I can no longer, and again, that's on me, I can no longer afford for you to fall in love with the three. I am going to challenge you, Anthony Davis, to stop letting these other dudes look at you like you are not that great. You are Anthony fucking Davis. And that's it, that's all. Best big man in the league. And I need to see that for this whole playoff run. And LeBron, I need you to go ahead and come into playoff LeBron, find playoff AD, go get Hitty J.R. Smith, and we need to go and go get this money. We got a championship to win, and when it all boils down to, they're going to look at us three, me, the coach, and you two, the best players. And that's just how we're going to have to do it.
That's it.
That's all I got. I shouldn't have to motivate you to go win a championship. I shouldn't. You should want to go win that.
So you had about 20 seconds left over. I'm gonna give you what are those? Okay.
That's a soft golf clap. I got some soft golf clap.
You like, good try, coach. We're gonna try to do better. But I didn't feel it because, first of all, you only focus on Anthony Davis, and I get the purpose of why you did that, because Anthony Davis, the only way the Lakers are going to be able to move further is as further as Anthony Davis go. I get that. But you ain't talking about nobody else on that team. You only focus on three people. As a player.
It comes down to us. Their game is going to elevate everybody else's game. So if their game is here,
I didn't hear.
Nobody's going here.
I didn't hear. I need y'all to help get us to that next level. This team.
That's implied. Man, that's implied.
That's not implied.
That's implied.
First of all, but like I said, we're going to leave it up to the fans to let us know, how do y'all feel about Coach Reasons? Did he convince you to get out there and want to go hoop a little bit harder? Or was it lukewarm? Was it luke cold, like that cereal you left out soggy and it ain't even eatable yet?
Oh.
Pause. Did that sound bad too? It was.
What is wrong with you today?
It was cereal. It was cereal. But
who raised you?
We're about to get up out of here, man. Hey, we'll find out. We got this week, this Friday, I believe it's the last game of the season. So we'll find out who's gonna make it. We're gonna be talking about all the playoff brackets, our predictions coming next Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, Reese?
Yeah, man. Lakers better figure out how to shoot the ball, or they're going to be taking their ass home early. That's simple. Hey, man, honest. Playoff LeBron can show up, but if the rest of these dudes can't hit open jumpers,
it doesn't matter.
Don't matter, bro.
Yeah.
Don't matter.
That's true, man. But we're about to get up out of here. We love y'all. Always remember to talk that talk. Make sure you comment below about Coach Reasons. Was he legit?
I'll do this.
Peace.